Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. Did you guys know that Plague Inc. turned 10 years old not long ago? Man, that's crazy to me. This game's been around for a long time. Who knew it was going to be such a big thing? I remember when it first came out. I mean, I don't want to sound old or anything, but I was one of the firsts. It was fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into a custom scenario called Knox Event 93. The Knox infection's final stage is one of violence. Alright, with so little description, this makes me think this is a reference to something. Give me a second, or I'm about to make a fool of myself on the internet. Oh, God, no, it's Project Zomboid. Ugh, okay. Alright. No, I know what Project Zomboid is. I've tried playing that. I actually did it for a private stream a while ago. It did not go well. We discovered that game not only takes a lot of very careful planning and maneuvering, but also a great deal of luck. Otherwise, you'll be wandering around looking for good stuff for a while, and I'm ashamed to say I went through many characters within an hour and a half. Many deaths. Anyway, virus type, metabolic jump, Darwinist, oxymophile, and dopamine inhibitor. Wait, virus type, but it's gonna have the necrovirus genetic code. Interesting, okay. I was gonna say, this seems like a missed opportunity if we don't use the necrovirus, because obviously that's what this is. This is a zombie infection, which triggers all the events that are Project Zomboid, a pretty brutal zombie survival game. Okay, Christy McCormick. I don't know if there's like particular characters in lore, really. That's why I didn't recognize Knox, but yeah, that's the thing. Welcome to 1993 Kentucky. Business is just fine. New Spiffos restaurants opening alongside fossil profits, but this will all change. This is how you died. Yep, that sounds about right. Because like, the whole point of Project Zomboid, really, I mean, it's kind of inevitable that you're gonna die, right? I don't think it's possible to live, like, forever. Eventually, you're gonna screw up and you're going to die. Every character is a story on how you died. That's kind of the idea behind it, right? Segmented genome. The virus splits its genome into smaller molecules, increasing the likelihood of a viable mutation during transmission. Blood enters the circulatory system. Blood is now a transmission vector. And saliva. I like that these are pretty standard transmission vectors, especially for a necrovirus, but they've got pixel graphics for everything. Now that I can get behind. Insomnia. Inability to sleep causes irritation and tiredness, slows future research speed, and hypersalivation. Very standard for the necrovirus. And then for our abilities, we have our heat, cold, and drug resistance. Again, unique icons for each. All right, props for that, big time. Now, I'll be honest, even though I now know that this is based off of Project Zomboid, I still have no idea what the Knox event is. I really didn't get very far into that game. It's something I had thought about playing on the channel at one point, and I got so frustrated in that stream, I'm like, nope. So I didn't dig very far into it, but like, if you do a quick little Google search, there's people discussing, like, what do you think the Knox event was? Apparently, it was some sort of a tipping point in the spread of the zombie virus, especially in the United States. What that means, I don't know, but that's apparently a thing. Anyway, let's go for some blood, let's go for some saliva. That's gonna open up blood 2, and air 1, the alveolar macrophages in lungs to enter bloodstream. Okay, so when you breathe it in, you can infect your lungs. Urogenital expansion for the kidneys and the urinary tract. I'll be honest, I thought those were lungs for a second there, but I guess they're supposed to be kidneys. Then we have saliva, then we have the gastrointestinal expansion. So lots of ways that the virus will be able to spread. Though if we're going for a standard necrovirus, typically the first thing you really want to be doing is working your way down toward creating your first zombies. That is the best way to spread the disease around, just as a general rule. You could try to infect the world and then cause the zombies to fire off, but like, nah, that's just not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it at the end of the day. Only 3 people in the US are infected right now. That's so slow. It's fine though. Once we have zombies going chomp, 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 it's gonna all figure itself out pretty quick. It will. Polyphagia is another good one. You have 2 routes to get down to the same thing, basically, which is just go ahead and reawaken the dead. We could go down like an insomnia, then fever, and then insanity kind of route, or we can go down a literally eating, themselves and becoming cannibalistic thing. So the flesh-eating zombies or the madness zombies? Which do you prefer? Place your bets. Which am I going for? Answer polyphagia. I like the cannibalistic ones, all right? Lethality and severity actually stack up pretty darn well with the zombies, so we like going for that. Gastroenteritis, 11 DNA is what I'm looking for there. Remember that severity is usually tied in some way to the combat effectiveness, or at least I'm pretty sure it is. You know, this is one of those things where I'm always worried that I'm misleading people. I'm pretty sure that I remember seeing from the scenario creators and stuff that severity is tied to the effectiveness of zombies. But then they always talk about like combat effectiveness, and I can't remember if there's like a secret background stat. But in general, I'm pretty sure that severity does play a role. There's the cannibalism. We could also go for autophagia, where people are going to be devouring their own body. You know those people who like to nibble on their the tips of their fingers or bite their nails and stuff like that, or maybe even eat their own hair? Those are clearly just zombies in practice. You know, they're zombies in training. It's going to happen sooner or later. Keep an eye on those people. You can't trust them. You can't trust them worth anything. It's going very slowly, by the way. Partly because the U.S. simply is not spreading enough to give me DNA. I mean, we could try to go for some more transmission. If I were to go for something like drug resistance, I'll bet you that solves the problem to a degree. Yeah, now we're starting to see some people get in. I mean, as much as people want to bash on the U.S. healthcare, it's a terrible starting location because the U.S. is a wealthy, rich country with good healthcare systems as far as Plague Inc. is concerned, and it's going to slow you down unless you get that first level of drug resistance. You really need that before you're going to start getting any gas in the United States. So I probably should have picked that up sooner if I'm honest. But all right. All right, it's only normal difficulty, and I'm not going for like a perfect score or anything, so it's not gonna matter all that much. Anyway, Project Zomboid. I think one of the things that really seemed cool about it to me was that it kind of came across like, you know, an RPG where you're gonna create your own character with their own background, their own skill sets and stuff, and you know, one time you play as a fast food worker, the other as a terrified lawyer or something like that, and you never know what you're gonna get out of that. It's always kind of cool. What just bothered me was the sheer randomness of the items. Sometimes you get lucky and find something you can use as a basic weapon, sometimes you didn't. And it really would slow down your game a lot. It felt like it would take me like 2 or 3 hours just to like get a good start and find a good starting location I can work with before I can then really play the game. The other times are literally just running for your life the entire time. Just run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't stop me, I'm the gingerbread man. That kind of a thing, you know? And I don't know, I didn't personally find that too fun, but I know that there are a lot of people out there who love Project Zomboid, and I kind of get it. I just didn't think I had the patience for it, but like, it is a really cool idea for a game, and it's pretty darn in-depth, and it is brutal. No doubt about it. Cytopathic Reanimation, that's what I'm looking for, turning the dead into zombies. So what's this, psychosis? Slowing future research speed and stuff could certainly be nice. Not sure I need that. We're getting into places like Canada right now. New worrying disease is spreading. Well, it's spreading fastest in the US. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Knox event has quote-unquote begun. Now that we are hitting critical mass in the US, that seems to be how it go. Let's pick up the Cytopathic Reanimation, which means now our dead are going to become zombies, which is going to very rapidly spread the disease and create more zombies. Because, you know, it's like introducing a predator into an oversaturated environment, and the predator has like way more prey than they really know what to do with, so they can just like replicate and have offspring like crazy, and then you hit a new critical mass, at least until they create like an almost an extinction event, and they overfeed, and then they start dying off, and then eventually the environment finds a new equilibrium. At least such is the idea. Anyway, that's basically what's happening with the zombies, is there's so many humans to eat, they're gonna go crazy, turn into millions and millions of zombies, and then there's gonna be no food, and all of a sudden they're gonna have a mass die-off event. That's how it works. Overexpansion is a slow and insidious killer, even to zombies. Do we want to go for the segmented genome for more mutation? I think the answer is yes. More mutations give me a chance of getting a lot of good freebies for extra severity and stuff, and we do want to be getting some of those, especially because we know that things like the ZCOM is going to be firing off at some point soon. We also should go for things like Horde Instinct so that we can have larger zombie hordes. Structured travel, you know, I'll go ahead and speed them up a little bit. We could go for ocean travel speed or whatever. I don't think we need to increase it too much more than that. I just want the ability to start sending zombies all over the place. So let's see if we can get up into Greenland. We'll kind of work our way around the map and find all of the countries that we otherwise had not yet infected. Let's get into places like Bolivia. Let's get into places like Peru. Just trying to get a bunch of these red bubbles, start hitting critical mass in a lot of key areas, and also get those dang island states under control. What else do we want, though? Masticatory tension? Yeah, more severity again, increasing their strength a fair bit. Peptide surge, all of that could certainly be pretty good for me. Anything that reduces the decay rate for zombies often, in my opinion, ends up being pretty good. You'd think it wouldn't be, right? You would think that the best thing to do is, like, increase the number of zombies that are created or something like that. But, I don't know, in my experience, it's just better to have them not decay in the first place so that they can stick around longer and keep doing things. That's just kind of what I found works. All right, what else do we want to get? The dermal calcification for more combat advantage. Let's go for adrenal surge. Let's go for temporal lobe manipulation, which does increase the likelihood of getting a zombie in the first place. Cathameral shift, increasing severity. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of different options over there. I'm hoping we're going to hit critical mass over in Brazil at some point soon. And we'll find that these guys are going to have many millions of zombies ready to go. That said, we seem to be increasing the number of zombies in Argentina. So despite the fact that we shouldn't be getting a very good foothold here, we have so much severity and combat strength that we're still beating down ZCOM regardless, which I find absolutely amazing. What else should we do? Let's go ahead and pick up the dermal calcification. Might as well. The stronger we are, generally speaking, the better. Let's see. I want to get into Madagascar. That's not Madagascar. That's East Africa, but okay. Never mind. It somehow was No. I don't know why that bubble was over Madagascar, but it was one person infecting East Africa. I don't know. ZCOM is already destroyed. Well, that was amazingly quick. We've got a lot of power, it turns out. Any other islands I am missing? No, it looks like it's mostly just Scandinavia and a few random places in Africa and stuff. Let's just go ahead and speed some of this process up. Get up over there. You guys get down over here. And I think that's more or less it. So we'll kind of let them have their fun. And then we'll go for things like psychosis, and we'll go for acute encephalitis and stuff. Death still works for me as long as they are infected. They can become a zombolini. So that's fine. A zomboid even, you might say. Now, we are having issues where we're not spreading very well in hot countries. Let's see if we can speed that up just a little bit. And what else do we want to do? Research speed. I mean, I don't really care that much about research speed. Let's go ahead and get the horde vocalization so we can travel around a lot. Larger groups and faster movement. Anything else? Botswana and Zimbabwe. No problem. We'll get in there. We'll get in there. Boom. All right. So every country is now going to be infected. Now it's just a matter of actually getting them where I need them to go and very rapidly kill all of the people off. This should be easy, though, yeah? I think Greece is all that's left, and there we go. The Knox infection from the Knox event of Project Zomboid have hunted down and consumed the last of human survivors. There we go. There is no game. Everyone is dead. We just told the story of, we just told like 1 billion playthroughs of Project Zomboid, and they're all dead now. All right, only 1 star. Yeah, that was a slow start. Starting off in the United States is pretty much always rough. 881 days, 86% pure progress is way more than I would have expected. We didn't really fight very hard against that. But had we gone down the more madness route, this would have been a bit easier. 23,712 points, not exactly my finest showing, but oh well. So it's not exactly a transformative scenario in that it is literally a reskinning of the Necroa virus. However, based on the theming and also based on the fact that everything got unique pixel art, I have to say, that's getting a thumbs up from me just from that. I know, usually I like a lot more creativity in this, but when someone puts in that kind of an effort, I just gotta say, yeah, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.